Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 2. I'm excited that people are joining us for this Friday all-day event. I want to thank Erica and her team for helping us put this together. For those of you that were there yesterday, we're just going to basically review a lot of the housekeeping things that I did yesterday as well. So you can sit back and relax and have a cup of tea or coffee. My name is Michele Caggana, and I, along with Dr. Bedurtha, who you heard from yesterday at the closing, are co-project directors for NIMAC. And as you know, that stands for the New York Mid-Atlantic Caribbean Regional Genetics Network. It's kind of a mouthful, so NIMAC flows off the tongue better. Our region is sort of the Mid-Atlantic. Also Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So we include members from Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia as well. And so again, I wanted to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to our 5th virtual meeting. And the meeting is entitled, Expanding Access to Genetic Services, Resources, and Relationships for the Path Forward. And so we have about 350 registrants for the meeting that register online for both days. And so we're happy that you're all here joining us for this, our final NIMAC meeting. We have, as you probably showed yesterday, we have sort of an engaging meeting. We encourage participation. We have breakout rooms, and we're hoping that we can share all of the work that we've done over this past 4 years and give you some takeaways that you can use in your professional and personal lives. And again, I'm happy to hear all of the stories. We'll hear some later today from families and their experiences. So as I showed yesterday, we have a large proportion of genetics professionals. We have good representation from families and some public health folks. And again, we have 350 folks that have registered for the meeting. And so we're going to have a little Mentimeter that Erica will show to get some feedback from you. Erica?
Yes, so the link will show up in chat there. And this is the question. I'll show it on the screen. The answers will come in here. So if you were here yesterday, what was the best part? So we could hear about that. And if you weren't here, this is a good opportunity to look forward. And some of you we know have previewed, many of you have previewed that agenda. What are you looking forward to? So go ahead, and this will be your first Menti of the day. Get in there and practice, because we've got lots of polls and mentees and breakout rooms, especially this morning. So this is your grab your coffee and let's see. Oh, here we've got answers. All right, Michele, this is for you to digest. What people enjoyed about yesterday or what they're looking forward to today. It looks like a lot of yesterday stuff.
All right. Nice. Resources are always good. Yep. Okay, so I have to reshare again. Right, here we go. All right. Can you see?
Yep.
Good. Okay, great. Phew. All right, that's the worst part. Okay. going to and fro. So you might remember this picture from yesterday and even from last year. As you heard yesterday, and hopefully people are aware that our networks are sunsetting. And we just want to let you know that we've been working pretty hard on this and built our meeting agenda to show you that we are preserving a lot of the resources that we as a community have built. You heard a lot yesterday from Radhika and her team about the state team projects and the various resources that are available. And we're going to continue this theme throughout the day today as well. I want to take an opportunity to thank the planning committee. They put in a lot of effort and hard work to build a meeting that includes everything that we have shared with you. And also the theme of this is, as we've said, a look back and a look forward. So I just wanted to go over day 1 again for those of you who were not on, just so you get an idea of what we did discuss. I wanted to give a shout out and thank you to our interpreters. They translate all day long. They have to deal with many different speakers, their styles, and different speaking speeds. And also, they're all back today. And also, I would like to thank our team, Alyssa and Melissa, Maria Isabel, Shayla, Enrique, Mackenzie, and Mabel. Yesterday, they shared a lot of information on the accomplishments, some data showing our effort and our impact, and then the importance of working with a cultural liaison and lessons learned from working with different cultures. Next, we had Dr. Brosco, who joined us from the AMCHIP meeting in California, and he shared HRSA's vision for the future and how all of the work that the networks did is evolving into a nationwide effort to improve child health overall. Then next, I'd like to thank also Radhika and Shayla and Enrique again. They gave updates on all of the products and all of the work from our 10 teams. They have been working to preserve these, and as she mentioned yesterday, allowing for customization of these products for your use going forward. And so reach out to Radhika, and I'm positive she will get back in touch with you and help you utilize these resources in your own work. Next, I'd like to thank Rorzani for her interactive discussions on language access and healthcare, also the barriers that families face, and resources that help facilitate healthcare for people whose preferred language is other than English. And I think I can speak for everyone that this session was engaging and enlightening. Next, we had Mary Beth, Shruti, and Alyssa, who spoke for Donna Messersmith from NIH. And there was a discussion on resources for rare disease and genetics. And this actually had a lot of comment and conversation about these resources that some aspects of them were new to me as well. And then Dr. Bertha closed out the day for our attendees. And I just want to remind you that your participation in the polls and the breakouts and the different discussions make this an engaging and enjoyable event, and we can learn from each other in this way. Remember that all these sessions are recorded, so you can go back and listen again, and this will be important when we talk about some of the concurrent sessions later on. So the learning objectives are on this slide, and these are, there's a couple slides here following that talk are what we have to show so that you could get either CME or CEU as genetic counselors. And so basically you can review this slide and hopefully your objectives will all be met. So just a quick overview for day 2's agenda. Hopefully you logged in a bit early and had some time to chat about yesterday or what happened overnight with you and meet up with some old friends. You're going to hear a session on ways to embrace change next, and then after a break, there's going to be concurrent sessions for day 2. So the first set of these are going to be resources for families with special health care needs, or resources for rural health. And so that's the first kind of set. Then after that, we're going to have a lunch break. So you have time set aside just for lunch or to catch up on anything you need to do. And then there's going to be 4 industry sessions, and you can choose from 1 for each set. And I'll show you those in a sec. Later on in the afternoon, there'll be 2 more concurrent sessions. One of these is the power of a story, and the other is resources for telehealth. And again, we'll give you instructions on how to do that. And then Alyssa will help us move forward to the next chapter along with Fred and Erica. And then Dr. Bedurtha will close out again today. So that's what's coming up. These next set of slides are all of the other ones from the ACMG, which talk about the CME and the process that's used. And so the ACMG, College of Medical Genetics and Genomics, is accredited by the Council for Continuing Medical Education, and they provide the CME for this conference. They ensure that there's no bias, and there's a whole process that's done for this. In order to get the credits here, we did work with ACMG. The main meeting, if you're getting CMEs, is eligible for 11.25 Category 1 credits, and you have till May 24th to claim those. There's a little bit of a discrepancy, as I'll show you, between genetic counseling and this, the CMEs. So the CEUs don't include my presentation or the closing, whereas ACMG is giving credit for those as well. And so that's where the discrepancy comes from between the two sets. The next 3 slides just list all of the speakers and all of their disclosures. Most of us have no financial relationships, but the process goes through and investigates all of the potential financial disclosures or financial relationships. So they're all shown here. And that's all of our speakers for the 2-day meeting. And again, just to obtain credit for people getting CME, you have until May 24th. Here's all the instructions for genetic counseling. This is all available on our website, and you can scroll through and look at this in more detail. But basically, genetic counselors get CEUs from the National Society for Genetic Counselors. You have to be logged in. It can't just be on the phone. We have to show that you actually attended. Pat has a PDF that's available that helps you keep notes. If you want that, please send an email to nimac@fair.org. And you need your user ID and should have paid a fee in order to get the CEUs. We were able to get a cost reduction, so it's $10 for the credit. If you forgot to purchase, you can do that via PayPal process. And so you would email NIMAC and they'll send you instructions. And hopefully people have PayPal accounts. If not, you will have to get one. This is just an overview of the industry sessions. So as I mentioned, there's 2 sets of concurrent sessions. So you will choose between the 2 after lunch. There's different topics on variant interpretation, ABCC6 related disorders is the first choice. The second choice is a lysosomal disease, sort of a part 2 from last year for those who attended. And then PTC therapeutics is having an AADC deficiency talk. There's also resources available from Zevra, and you can access that information on the website as well. So some housekeeping items. Again, you got an email this morning about all of the conference materials. There's a family toolkit and a lot more information at the meeting site. The open sessions, as a reminder, are going to be recorded. That's good because you can play them back and they'll be made available to attendees. Any breakout room discussions are not going to be recorded. All of the slides that are in English have been translated into Spanish, and they're all available on our website as well. And we have staff that are online to watch and see if anyone needs any assistance. As Erica mentioned, her team is available, and we monitor the chat. We noticed yesterday that the notebook is really filling in well, so keep it going. The notebook, there's a link that they'll show in the chat that will bring you to a Google Doc where you can enter your own resources. There's spaces to fill information in online, and then that will also be made available and sort of a living document for you all to use and to contribute to. And as I mentioned, we'll have a lot more information throughout the day in the chat, and directions and how to get to meetings and that sort of thing, the different rooms. Most people who come to these meetings really enjoy the aspects of getting some new resources for their practice and their families, and also exposure to different perspectives. And that's really been a focus over our tenure of doing these virtual meetings. And just a few quick thoughts. Again, planning for this takes a lot of work and a lot of people. As I mentioned yesterday, we basically started planning for this meeting a month or 2 after last year. I want to thank Pat and Alyssa for doing a lion's share of the NIMAC end of the work and making sure we have the CME available for everyone and CEUs. And then Erica and her team, who spent countless hours with Elisa and Pat planning this. We appreciate you filling in the evaluation. It will be made available for you. And please continue to participate in polls and all of the interactive activities that we have. And feel free to get up and dance if you want to stretch your legs during breaks. Fred did make the Spotify list available in the chat yesterday, so hopefully he'll do that again today. And then also, please remember our website will kind of live on. after the meeting and after NIMAC sunsets. And so I just wanted to again acknowledge HRSA for the funding over the past many years, especially our previous program officer, Soyeon Kim, and our current program officer, Lorraine Swanson, the National Coordinating Center and ACMG, also the Family Center, our advisory committee, all of the team, all of the NIMAC staff. We've really increased our numbers over the years. Joanne for co-directing with me, and some folks who gave me some information I shared yesterday, and of course, all of you for coming to the meeting today. So I will turn it over to Erica and Fred for the next session.